I'm Eric and you're watching GMODISM. I have been a proud owner of the Corsair K70 for 5 years. And this is my 5 years of usage review. GMODISM. With this little video, I hope to help you decide if you want a Corsair keyboard and what the pros and cons may be. Let's go. The build quality itself on this keyboard is pretty decent. I haven't had anything break yet. That includes the little supports, but the annoying thing with them is that sometimes if you use the supports to tilt it up in an angle, you can like accidentally untilt them. I would say the build quality of this keyboard is good. It doesn't feel cheap, it feels pretty sturdy and nice. Now, to the experience using this thing. Man, this thing is really not the best keyboard on the market. I will tell you that. I'll tell you a little bit more in detail, of course, why that is. But it's definitely, it looks nice. It really looks nice. And I must say, like, these buttons here, I don't use them, but the volume control feels very nice. And the media buttons, they have a nice feeling to them. I like them. They are really good there. The indicators there look very cool. So the design of it, I think it's sleek. It's a very nice looking design. That I do like a lot about it. As of the ergonomics of using this keyboard, it is not the best. Down here we have like really sharp lines and really sharp edges, and this you can probably like cut yourself on. This is aluminium, brushed aluminium. It looks super cool. The design is nice, but the ergonomics, not so much. Now it is a higher keyboard and you can choose what angle you want it in. There is also the hand wrist support, which can be useful too. But it is a little higher keyboard, so if you're not used to higher keyboards, that might be a problem, right? If you're not going to use the palm support, you probably have to take the spacebar and put it the other way around, because otherwise it will kind of nag your thumb a little bit and you will get a sore thumb from writing after a while, so that's pretty annoying. One of the biggest drawbacks with using this keyboard is that I type a lot more mistypes on this keyboard than I do on other keyboards. I think the layout is a little bit awkward, the shaping of the buttons is a little bit awkward. It's easy to accidentally hit the side of a button when you're writing something. One of the reasons the keyboard is hard to type on is that it uses MX cherry switches. They are linear, so it's not the linear red, but the linear silent. And they are a little bit more slow and sluggish and heavy to press on than the cherry MX red. Then we have the sound level. This keyboard is pretty loud. I even tried to put these little O-rings on them to make it less loud. And this is funny because I'm using the MX silent switches. The aluminium base it stands on looks great, but man, it makes it so loud. You really get that clang from it. I'm even using the silent switches and I even have some O-rings on, you know? It's loud. And if I'm really trying to write very silently, and if I would like type hard like some people do, I'm sure you can hear the metal ringing. If you like the design of this desk mount, you can support the channel by buying it. It uses natural rubber and is a pretty decent quality. Links in the description. Alright, let's talk about the biggest reason why you should probably not get the Corsair keyboard at all. Right, this sounds a little bit harsh, and it may be, but I had this issue and many other people have this issue too. Sometimes when gaming, you're gaming like peacefully like that, you're doing all your gaming stuff and everything is going great, and then the communication electronics inside this keyboard gets stuck on a key. It can be A, for example, and it's nothing wrong with the A. No, it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with any of the button. It's just wrong with the circuitry in this Corsair keyboard. Sometimes it gets stuck on a note, and to get rid of it not pressing A, I can't just press it a couple of times. I'll need to unplug this thing. I seriously need to unplug it to stop inputting whatever key it got stuck on. And the key, again, isn't stuck. There is nothing wrong with the keys. The keycaps and everything is fine. The problem is the circuitry on board. And this is the issue that Corsair keyboards have. A lot of Corsair keyboards have, right? My friend actually recommended me to not buy a Corsair keyboard when I got this, but I thought it had pretty decent reviews, so I wanted to get it anyways. But then I got a few of those weird things, and the thing is, it's gotten more frequent after the years. So now after some 5 years, I have to unplug it about weekly because that issue appears every week. So that's something you have to be prepared with if you get a Corsair keyboard like this, or probably many of the other models. I would make really sure that they actually fixed that issue before I would get another Corsair keyboard. On the other notes, I think it looks great, it's super cool, it's absolutely too loud, and the MX silent switches make no sense. I can't recommend them. The switches, they're bad. The keycaps you get with these are double shot PBT. They feel very plasticky and cheap. They're a-okay, I guess, but a lot of keyboards come with better keycaps than this, so that's something you might want to keep in mind too. I will say I'm much more happy with my other keyboard, which is a Logitech keyboard, but I will use it a little bit more. I want to make a full 5-year review on that later, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I suppose Logitech might be a little bit more solid brand. One thing that you should also keep in mind is that the software used for controlling Corsair products is known for being the worst of them all. iCUE is a horrible RGB software. It's as bad as it gets from what I know. Now, if you have other Corsair products and you're used to it but you're confused with it, we'll be having some Corsair iCUE tutorials coming up, because I obviously am still using this keyboard. It's not unusable by any means, and I like to pair it with this thing too, because I want my buttons. iCUE is not a good software, and again, tutorials on how to control that beast is upcoming, of course. Well, I hope that was somewhat useful for you, and if it was, please leave a like and do subscribe to the channel so we can catch some future videos. Now, up here we can see some other channels if you, for example, want to see some relaxing content. I have a channel for that. Anyways, this is your host Eric of GMODISM, and I'm signing out.